Well, hello. How are you? Welcome back to the Verna Hair and Body channel. I am Miko. I am a licensed cosmetologist and I am also a trichology student. And I am over here talking about hair sovereignty, and under that umbrella, we are covering the relationship between psychological stressors and hair loss. So I hope that you're having a good day and thanks for joining me. We are on part 3 of the discussion. I hope that you've seen 1 and 2, and if you haven't, go back to 1, go to 2, and then come here, because otherwise you're going to be missing out on some very vital information. And we're going to get into it because I still have my laptop open and I want to talk about this because this is very interesting. And really, the reason why, let me say this before we get into it, the reason why I even have gotten into this is because I have I'm opening a hair loss clinic. It's fairly small. I'm kind of switching over from just a regular salon studio to a hair loss. But the reason why I decided to do that is not only because I'm a trichology student, but it's also because most of my clients are dealing with hair loss. Probably 70% out of 100, my clients have hair loss. So this is not the station or the YouTube channel where you'll see me doing a lot of hair styling and all that kind of stuff. Although I would love to do that. But unfortunately, a lot of my clients, like I said, they're dealing with hair loss, and we are working together to help them to get their hair back. So they don't want to be seen like that. You know, it's embarrassing. It's it's stressful. It's hard. It's something that's hard for them to deal with. And I understand that, and I want to respect that. So I would never try to force anybody into being on a video, for my good. But let's get into what's being talked about here, because I got my laptop opened and I want to talk about what I've been looking up as it pertains to psychological stressors and hair loss. So let's see, because I had asked a question and okay, because it got into about all about the heterosexual relationships and how they can be stressful and whatnot. And so it did pull up some statistics, but it wasn't really talking too much about hair loss. So my question was, okay, but what about as it relates to hair loss? Okay, and this is what the connection is. This is what was given to me. When connection troubles or severe stress mounting in a relationship, the resulting physical toll directly impacts the hair cycle. Clinical studies on the exact interactions of relational trauma and hair loss reveal several critical benchmarks. And that is coming, this one is coming from Vogue. Okay, the biological hair loss shock. 30%, that's kind of a lot. That's close to 50. So 30% scalp shift. In healthy conditions, only 10% to 15% of hair is resting and preparing to shed. However, clinical studies on telogen effluvium demonstrate that severe psychological stress, such as a messy divorce, breakup, or ongoing chronic toxic relationship, forces 30% or more of active hair follicles to shut down simultaneously. 30%, that's a lot. And then there's something called the lag phase timeline. And data reveals that this shedding does not happen overnight. In approximately 66% of diagnosed telogen effluvium cases, A direct emotional or physical trigger occurred exactly 2 to 4 months prior to the visible thinning. And this is what I was talking about in my first video. I talked about how you could have gone through some stress maybe 3 months prior to, and then all of a sudden it's manifesting 3 months later, which will be today. Okay, so people often mistake day-to-day work stress for cause, forgetting a major relational trauma that happened months earlier. Okay, there is another one. Let me see. Do I want to pick this one up, or do I want to? You know what? I think we'll pick that one up in another, because I want to keep talking about this, so I don't want to try to do it all in one video. It's just too much, and I want for you to be able to go back and reference what we're talking about. But the lag phase timeline, where data reveals that this shedding does not happen overnight in approximately 66% of diagnosed telogen effluvium cases. So all of a sudden, which I've dealt with clients who all of a sudden be like, I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden my hair is coming out. And it's usually because they've gone through some stressful event, and now it's being manifested. Now all of a sudden their hair is coming out, because the follicles have been affected due to stress, and it's pushing out. The follicles is pushing out their hair. Now the good thing is, in telogen effluvium cases, which is a form of alopecia, in these cases there is a high percent of hair regrowth that can come back from telogen effluvium because it's stress related. But you must manage the stress or eliminate the stress. And once that's done, 3 to 6 months later, it could take even a little bit longer for some people, but the hair can regrow, and that's the good news of it. So if you are dealing with this, if you have dealt with this, and you're trying to get your hair back, you're looking to regrow your hair, I do have some amazing products that I sell. They are on my site, which is Varna Hair and Body, and you will see it in the description. And if you like this type of content, please come back, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to leave a comment if you'd like to. Share with anyone who you know. Well, I shouldn't say anyone. Any woman it could benefit, because I do not. I have a women-only business, so I do not work with men. So don't send it to any men. Send it only to women. And yeah, come back. And let's continue to have this discussion so that we can come up with some solutions together on how to stop this problem, because it is a big problem and it's happening to so many women. So listen, I want to reread something to you before we go, because they said 66% of diagnosed telogen effluvium cases. So 66%, that is a lot of people. And I'm wondering, in this 66%, how many of these people are women? I'm pretty sure most of them are women. I'm pretty sure of that. But yes, we are going to continue to talk about it. We're going to continue to discuss this. And thank you for joining me, and you have a beautiful day.